Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Bearded Respect, number 168. Woo.
What's up, everyone?
Hey, everybody.
How you doing? Welcome. And Jason, you want to say hi to these fine people?
I will. And first one I got Phil. Bearding on a budget.
What's up,
How
Phil?
you doing,
Hey,
Phil?
Got Santa Tom. Hey, Tom.
What's up, Santa?
Got 20 Spray Ray.
Ray, what's up?
How you doing?
Born Bearded.
What's up, Dave?
How you doing?
No sound effects, Scott.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey, Ken. Bayard Beard and Body.
What's up, Ken?
Good to see you. Hey, Dino.
How you doing?
Dino, what's up?
I think we have a problem.
Not now, we don't. Hey, Toll Booth Willie.
What's up, Willie?
How you doing, Willie?
To do the vibes.
Hey, Amber.
Brother Amber.
How you doing?
Ah, sweet.
Hey, Kay.
What's up, Kay?
How you doing, Kay?
How you doing, my friend?
Jeffrey's Bearded.
What's up, Jeffrey?
Jeffrey.
Doing?
Hey, frickin' frack.
Bob and Terry, what's up?
Okay, bye.
Hey, Pod.
What's up,
Good to
Bud?
see you.
Got him.
One Bearded Bishop. Good to see you.
How you doing?
What's up, Bishop?
Guns and Beards is present. Good to see you, Tim.
How
What's
you
up,
doing?
Tim?
No way.
Hey, Big Stu. Good to
What's
see
up,
you.
Chris?
Hey, brother.
Hey, Kevin.
How you doing, Kev?
Good to see
What's up,
you.
Kev?
Excellent.
There's Brad. Hey, Brad.
Brad?
What's up, Brad?
Hello.
There's Joseph.
How you doing?
Hey, Joe.
No way.
Jack Stud.
What's up, Will?
Hello there, children.
Hey, 3D.
3D.
neighbor.
Hey, Bearded Elf.
Hello.
What's up, Jordan?
Fishin' Ray. Hey, Ray.
What's up, Ray?
How you doing, Ray?
Hi, Mama Brewer.
Hey,
Good to
Mom.
see you.
How you doing?
Thanks for stopping in.
All right.
Hey, Babysitter Jess.
What's up, Jessica?
How the hell are you?
Hey, John.
How you doing, John?
Oxy.
How you doing, my friend?
Hey, Chief.
How you
What's up,
doing?
Chief?
Let's do it.
Hey, Becky. Mrs. Bruce City.
How you doing, honey?
You're right on time.
Hello, Becky. Hello, Becky.
Dead Smooth. Good to see you.
What's up, Dead Smooth?
Hello.
30 Spray J.
Jay, what's up?
Hey, Chris. Good to see you.
How you doing?
What's up, Chris?
Hello.
Jeff Harmon. Hey, Jeff.
What's up, Harmon?
Welcome.
Hey, the president's here.
What's up, Prez?
How you doing?
Puerto Rico. Nice.
Hello there, children.
Hey, Jacob.
What's up,
Good to
Jacob?
see you.
I'm your huckleberry.
Yeah, Ray, that's too high tech for me. Scott's got that covered.
Yeah.
Put that cookie down now.
Hey, Randy R.
What's up, Randy?
How you doing?
Michael.
My little friend.
Romy, what's up?
Welcome.
Hey, Dynamite.
Tyler, what's up, man? Good to see you.
You're okay in my book.
Hey, Melissa.
Hey, what's
Good
up,
to see
Melissa?
What's up?
Hello.
I don't think so.
You wish, Kev.
No way.
He's looking for a specific sucker.
Oh. And I think, unless somebody sneaks in here, I'm caught up. Said hi to everybody. So good to see you, everybody.
Yeah, thank you, everyone, for coming in.
Well, you guys got any announcements?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't have any.
Okay. I just wanted to say something. Recently, I lost my my sister. She had passed away, and we had the funeral today. So I wasn't sure if I was going to make this show, but we were able to make it happen. And she just meant a lot to me growing up, and it was just a pretty good day connecting with her children and um, family, adopted family. It was just a pretty cool day with that, and I'm glad all her kids are around between 18 and 20, so they're all right with everything. We knew she struggled with some physical issues for quite a while, but I guess it was a good way to say goodbye to her today. So
Sorry to hear that, Scott.
yeah,
That's tough.
yeah, it was a tough week or so,
Yeah.
but we can move on. I don't want to bring the show down, and
Well, at least we have a couple hours to take your mind off of it.
Yeah.
yeah, definitely.
But definitely condolences to you and your family.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate all the condolences, everyone. Means a lot. But if there's nothing else, let's get the show on the road.
All right. Who we got?
So we've got Kilt Beard Company. And with that, let's bring our guest on here. Welcome to the Bearded Respect.
Hey guys.
Hey, Gracie.
What's up, Kilt? Thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks for the invite, and once again, condolence, Scott. Sorry to hear that.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
All right. Well, let's get the questions rolling.
First
Yeah.
of all, Chief, asked. Yes, we are
Oh,
wearing the
there we
kilt.
go. Nice.
So we are wearing the kilts here. So
Awesome. Representing.
to make sure all's good in the universe there. So all right, I'm ready.
Sorry about that. I didn't mean to cut you off.
I was like,
All right. Do you go by Joe or Joseph?
I prefer Joseph, but whatever's easiest for you.
All right, Joseph. So tell everyone here what your favorite toy was when you were a child. What was that one toy that you always played with?
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Okay.
I used to like have the whole gang. Man, I took those things into the tub with me. I took those things on road trips. I was in the backyard playing in the sandbox with those things. Yeah. I was a big Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fan back then.
Did you have a favorite?
I would probably say Donatello.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. He was the pizza one, right?
That's Michelangelo, I believe.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. I'm not sure. I'll take your word for
That's like, I think they all like pizza, though.
Yeah. All right. So tell us about Kilt Beard Company. First of all, like, how did you come up with the name Kilt Beard Company?
So the name Kilt Beard Company. So in the infancy, you're trying to think of a name, just like anybody tries to think of a name for their show or brand or whatever it may be. You want something to be relatable to the company or the founder, the people, what you want to try to do in the future, kind of a thing, but be recognizable amongst the like many people. I couldn't just call it Scottish Beard Company. That would have been kind of weird, I think. But Kilt
Must
is
be
very
Scotland.
well, right. But it's very recognizable. A kilt is, or a tartan. It can kind of get meshed into that, and it's recognizable like around the world. So that fits the mold for the kilt part. Beard and Co. Obviously, but really in the basic sense of it all, right there. Just wanted to lean on my Scottish heritage, and then with the respect of the American heritage. So kind of combining those two heritages together to create our story, basically.
Mm-hmm. Okay. When did you form or become a company? Like what year was that?
So I guess the documents say February of 2023.
Okay.
I would really say that on paper, that's what it says. When we start to really become a company was last year.
Yeah. Okay.
It was really slow going. Didn't know what the heck I was doing. I kind of wrote that first year off as fail a lot, learn a lot, and then last year we kind of took the training wheels off and got a little bit better. And this year we're trying not to fall off our bike now. So.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. What kind of makes you unique in comparison to other companies?
All right, where should we start?
Yeah. Wherever you want.
Right.
There's a lot. I know.
So for those of you who may not know, our first thought of the company when it came to products was to have beard products that fit in the lifestyle of the bearded man. That was our first thought. So that's how we would differentiate just having a beard oil. We want to have a beard oil that had a purpose. So for example, our first one that we came up with was Beard Elixir. And then one of the number one reasons men shave their beard or they just hate their beards is because it itches or they got beard drift or something like that. And we made that beard oil specifically formulated to just tackle the extremes on that side of the spectrum. then provide like a rejuvenating scent like lavender, peppermint, and grapefruit. So kind of uplifting, rejuvenating, at the same time really tackles that pain point, if you will. And then we're like, what else can we do? What's my life about? Or most men's life about? So then we rolled out into Breaking Beard, which is kind of a kitchen sink like approach. It's one beard oil that is for all beard types, all skin types, and has 12 carrier oils in it, so that you really can get all the omegas, the vitamins, all the oils that you need for your beard. So if you want to get one oil, that would be the one that I would say right there. It's a one all catch-all beard oil. And then we're like, well, we go on dates, right? So how do you get the chicks? Well, you get dapper gentlemen, right? So so we wanted the beard oil that would be fast absorbing, so you're not all greasy when you get into somebody. And then we're like, well, we want to shine a little bit so you can look like glamorous, right? And then we threw 5 aphrodisiac scents in there just to top it off. So we really took that one and ran with it, and it did really well. And then our most extreme one, I would say, is our outdoor bivouac. Bivouac, from a military term because I'm a veteran, and I wanted to have that little piece, that little nugget in there for those who know kind of a thing. And that one is an all-natural bug. I can't say repellent, but it's a bug hater. There we go. It keeps bugs away from your but at the same time, it keeps your skin and your beard nice and moisturized. So that's kind of how we started our core out right there. We call that our lifestyle collection. We also added the unscented also, which is basically our Breaking Beard with 12 carrier oils without a scent in it. So if you don't want a clashing scent or you have sensitivities to certain smells, whatnot, that one, that person right there. It's perfect for everybody, really.
I'm going to guess that Bivouac doesn't have Army grade DEET.
No, it does not have Army grade DEET. The whole thing is, so I grew up in Wisconsin, and I remember when I was in my teens and everything like that, how you spray that DEET on you, and when you start sweating, because if you live in a humid area, you sweat obviously, and I hate the taste of DEET and the chemicals. So thinking about it on the beard, just made a lot of sense. Come up with something that's not going to be disgusting when it touches your lips or something like that, or burn or anything like that. So it's just one less chemical. And there's a theme throughout the products that we have, all natural and organic. Heavier on the organic side, all natural, just depending on the resource, if it can be put to a certain state, depending on the ingredient. For example, like, I'm gonna jump around here really quickly, but like for a shea nut butter, there's so many different. There's organic, there's virgin organic, there's just shea nut butter, there's shea nut butter refined, and all these different aspects. And what we found that organic shea nut butter refined was the best one because it took a lot of the moisture out or the water out, but kept everything else in there, so it won't break down and conflict with the oils and everything else like that when forming. So so that's how we started in our lifestyle collection right there. We wanted to be very purposeful, be a little bit different, fit in the bearded man's life, and we're really tackle it from there. Then we jump over to our heritage collection. So the heritage collection, we really wanted a really moisturizing carrier oil blend with not much scent to it. So we didn't want it to conflict or take over or with the essential oils and absolutes and all those CO2 kind of EO scents. And so we have 5 oils in there, and we'll probably go through them later on. But really meant to moisturize and keep your beard nice and tamed while smelling amazing. And how do you smell amazing? Well, you have scents that take you back to like either a memory or somewhere where you want to go. And that's going to be even more profound as we go through this year, as we come up with new scents and new themes to our story and everything. But for example, Americano, you get a coffee essential oil, and you have the vanilla absolute. Combine those together, you get a very memorable scent there that takes you back to that cafe. Nice cup of joe right there. And then you can jump on the other side, on the Scottish side, and we had the Highlands, which is very popular, and that's cherry, pine, and birch. A very unique scent. It's different for many reasons, but I wanted to really hone in into what Scottish scents were and really share those with everybody else, because I thought that was very unique to our company and to just the beard market in general right there. And then we have our vanilla orange swirl, which is cherry. I just said cherry. Orange and vanilla. So everybody likes orange vanilla, but this is your creamsicle, dreamsicle thing. We also have, starting next week, we're going to be releasing the balm and butter. So we're excited for that. And then we finish off on the Scottish side with what's in season right now, Spring Awakening, which is thistle and heather. Heather is a very popular flower. Only found, I believe, in 3 parts of the world. I could be wrong on that. One is Scotland. One, I think, is in Italy, and somewhere else off the Mediterranean there, I believe. So it's not a scent that you'll really ever get to smell. And the funny fact about that is, when I smelled it for the first time, because I've never smelled heather before, I can't tell you, hey, that's heather, because I've never smelled it before, right? So what we tell people is when you smell it, it smells like your favorite flower, because your brain is trying to make a memory and trying to make sense of the scent, because you've never seen a heather flower or you've never smelt one before. You start trying to say, it smells similar to this flower. So it brings, like for me, when I first smelled it, it smelled like lilac to me, because it reminds me of my grandmother's house. And I love lilac. I got 2 lilac bushes out my front door even. And but then Dakota, and he's not here tonight, for him, I believe it smelled like dandelions, I believe. No, daisies. So it's basically that one time of year, get one bottle and, bridge that winter into the summer scents, and you get an amazing scent profile right there that just kind of like just wakes you up into the new year or the warmer seasons here. Questions on those ones right there?
No.
Before I go into the balms and butters and mustache wax.
Go ahead. We got some questions in the chat, but we're going to save them until we're done with my questions, and then we'll hit all the chat. So keep asking, chat. Keep asking your questions. We're pinning them. So
sweet. All right. So then we have our beard balms. So beard balm is very interesting, as many of y'all know. There's quite a bit of interpretation on it. How much wax do you need in a beard balm? How less of a wax you need in a beard balm? What else are you supposed to put in there? So what we did, we looked at it this way. The number one priority, in our opinion, for a beard product is to maintain a moisturization for your skin and beard. That's, to me, one of the most important things. And so we included our butters in there. So we have our base butter, which is 3 butters, which is mango, shea nut, and kupuku butter. I'll touch more on kupuku butter later on. Those 3 butters combined together to really have a huge moisturizing impact. And then we added yellow beeswax for styling. I would call it a light to medium hold is what I would call it. Like if your beard blows in the wind, it's going to come back. but it's not. But it's gonna be very natural, and that's what we want to go for in our balm. We wanted to make sure that your beard looks very natural, and that was important to us. And then we put a whole bunch of other things in there, like a nugget. I'm not sure if you know about raspberry oil, for example. So raspberry oil has up to 40 SPF. So you can protect your hair follicles a little bit from that sun, especially if you're a frontline worker, outdoor hiker, something along those lines right there. So we wanted to make sure that we had the moisturization, the styling, and the protection part going on right there with our balms. And then we go into our butters. So our butters, like I said earlier, we put as our first 3 ingredients, and this is kind of what makes us a little bit different when it comes to beard butters. First 3 ingredients is butter, and it's shea nut, kupuku, and mango butter. Kupuku butter on itself has 300% more water retention per its weight than any other butter, and it doesn't clog your pores. So if you want something that's going to be super moisturizing, just like to the moon, that butter's in there. What we found when we went through probably about 10 to 15 different companies of butters, and like I said, everybody has an interpretation. Is it a cream? Is it whipped? Is it a pour? Whatever the case may be, we do a pour, and I think it's easier to be able to weigh it, to say how much you're getting in there. There's the melting part can be controlled a little bit more. There's a few secrets on that, but I can't give those out to you guys. There's no wax in it, because that's why we have a balm. We want to make sure we have different products. And then you have about, I think it's 7 carrier oils in there, and then the scent. So the whole idea is to have more butter than everybody else. So we have more butter than everybody else, up to 10 times more butter than everybody else. And we use, on the higher side, organic, and just trying to give you all the best ingredients that we can possibly source and find and get on a regular. So I don't want to find something from a mom and pop shop that might not be there tomorrow. Then I'm trying to figure out where to source it out. So that plays a role in certain things too, but we stick to our guns, and we think we have a really good product on that one. And just by having those 3 butters being the first 3 ingredients, it really helps differentiate us from everybody else. And then we have our mustache waxes right now. So we just came up with those at the beginning of the year. They're military themed. And we have a medium hold, strong hold, and just like a competition hold. And each one has nuggets if you're in the military. I was focusing, I wanted to have something that's military related because, once again, I was a veteran. And for example, the garrison hold one is the medium hold. We made sure we put the lieutenant general 3-star strength, so just a little nugget there, just because it's a 3-star general. So we put those little attentions to details on there, and then we went to the recon hold for the Marines, and then we went into the anchor hold for the Navy. What's very unique about these is they have between 4 to 5 natural organic ingredients, and on top of that, it's not sticky. And the heat tolerance is 30 degrees higher than most waxes. And it will come out in 1 wash.
Not sticky.
So
comes out in 1 wash. Wow.
And higher heat tolerance. So we made sure, so our litmus test was, can we make something better, at least in our viewpoint, than a very popular mustache wax company? And that's all they do is mustache waxes. And that was our litmus test right there. And I think we accomplished that. So two things that we heard from people when it came to mustache waxes is that, like, if you live in Arizona, Nevada, really hot places like that, you'll get a mustache wax and eventually it'll just kind of like start like drooping down because the heat gets to it. The beeswax has a lower heat tolerance than what we put in ours. Ours gives you an extra 30 degrees, so it's going to stand up to, unless you're in Death Valley, well, that might not be helpful for you, right? But other than that, it's going to hold up to the environment, and the competition style, unless there's a tornado coming, that stuff's not moving. It's just not going to move. And at a very high level, those are our products in general right there.
Okay. And if you guys didn't notice, scrolling at the bottom here is 10% off your Kilt order using Respect 10 until midnight tomorrow. Very cool. And Kev, thank you. Thank you for the $2 super chat to Jason and to Scott.
Well,
Appreciate it. Scott, Jason, they get $2. So, oh, thank you, Kev. Thank you, brother Amber. I know Amber's the one that made you do that. But really appreciate you guys. Thank you for the super chats. Really appreciate it. So looking at Kilt on social media, definitely see your mug on commercials and advertisements and posts. And you mentioned Dakota. You and Dakota do a lot of streams together. You do YouTube shows on coffee and stuff like that. What is the relationship of Dakota and Kilt?
So Dakota lives 3 doors up from me, so we're in relative distance there. He would be here today. He might be even in the chat. He's doing something else right now. But really, the whole thing started for Kilt Beard Company. I was like, I'm gonna make a beard oil. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be amazing, and he's gonna love it. And lucky he actually did like it. So, but yeah, he basically tossed out all his store-bought stuff, and he's like, I think you're onto something. And we've been shooting the breeze, being very honest when we have feedback to each other. So something sucks, we're gonna say it sucks. And we're not trying to win any awards to make somebody feel better. So that being said, that helps us grow a lot more. And I think that's how. So he's a very energetic one. So but me, I'm energetic in a sense where I like to get into the details and all of the the line by line and all that kind of stuff like that. Really geek out. So that's really where I excel in. But yeah, so we really work well together. We kind of bring each other back in on certain things. He would say that he is the guinea pig of things. I think he gives himself not enough, whatever the word I'm looking for. But yeah, no, he's a big part in our sense and using them and giving feedback and just promoting the brand. So he's a good friend.
Awesome.
Yep.
Good. What would you say is the number one feedback you get from customers?
You want positive
the
or
most
negative?
Popular, like the most common feedback that you get?
Something along the lines of, I've been trying beard products for X amount of years, or I've tried X amount of companies, and I've finally found something that works.
That's got to make you feel good.
Well, and you don't. So it's hard to even explain when you get something like that, because, like on a very micro level, you're just making a beer product, or you're right. And what goes into the thought of blending in the product, sourcing the stuff, come up with a label, all these other things, and then hoping somebody likes it, and that at the same time they give you feedback on exactly what you're trying to portray to them, and it may not even be in the product listing of the page. And knowing that you may have just saved a beard, one, or two, you made an impact on somebody's life. and like I said, I know it's just a beard product, but some people, I mean, you've been growing yours for a while here. I'm pretty sure. Like when you find something good, you really hold on to it, and the first time you got that product that you loved, you're like, you probably smiled, or you felt like, sweet, So so all those feelings come over on this side. It just makes it all worth it, really.
Yeah.
Honestly, it makes it all worth it.
Absolutely. So last question for me for this segment. I noticed that you've been doing markets or like events, like where you have like your store there for an event.
Right.
Is there a difference between your online sales and your market sales?
So you have so right now, yes, because it's a smaller company, I would say. Because when you go to a Highlands game, like last weekend, the crowd is already coming there. So I don't have to source and put like marketing or social media all into all that. So you already have a crowd that you can sell to right there. And knowing your audience is very important. Like I've already learned that my audience is not in the barber industry. That's a different story right there. The actual people who are going to use the product is the audience, and where I want to incorporate our Scottish American theme, the Highland Games off-road shows, things like that are very unique and run parallel to the company, and that's what so we're going to get more bang for our time and buck, if you want to call it that, when we go to a Highlands game, because it's very concentrated. But however, we get between 20 and 35% returning customers, which is really good from these events. That makes them worthwhile.
Really good.
And we create great relationships on social media through other business ventures, and we just make some friends too. So, I mean, it was really funny. The other day, we're in our booth, and a guy literally came around our tent, peeked his head over, and said, "Hey, I want Americano beard oil." Like, here you go, buddy. and he was up. The guy knew what he wanted, got in and out, and was gone. So, so when you see that kind of stuff, well, and like I said, we really started last year. You already know that you're starting to make an impact on people and on the market, and it's just fun. So
yeah, I can't think of a better place for you than the Highland Games. Yeah, I mean, you are the oil beard company for Highland Games. Like there should be no other there.
Well, the strongman competitions too. I mean, where else can you go to get between 2 and 50,000 people at one place at one time that will walk by your booth potentially?
Yeah.
So like, it's a great opportunity for not just for us, it's to help people look a little bit better and feel better. So
awesome. Jason, you want to hit those questions?
Yeah.
By the way, Scott, Kev mentioned your shirt. He wants your shirt. Is that the new Dixon?
It's not new.
Oh, okay.
Probably about a year old.
Oh, okay. So I got a blue Dixon recently. It was fairly new. I didn't know if it was the same one.
Excuse me. Okay. Good. Because wanted to know, does the kilt ever come off, or is it permanent?
it does come off, but it's permanently near me. Yes.
How many kilts do you have?
I only have 3.
Okay. That's reasonable.
I'm looking to get 2 more this year, but one's going to be the army one, and another one I want something to be more nature themed, like very bright and vibrant kind of a color scheme. But Yeah, got 3
Okay.
right now.
Chief asked this early on, but I'm guessing he meant Dakota. He wanted to know if you were alone tonight.
I'm alone tonight. Hello. It's me.
And Kay wants to know, when does Loch Ness Pines drop?
So Kay is a little in an insider group there. But we have an oil coming out. It's called Loch Ness Pines, and that is targeted for June. So June 1st if we can, but I'm going to be very general and say June.
Because again, he says your mustache is dope.
Thanks. It took me some time. I suck at mustaches. But thank you.
Brad's got a couple questions. His first one here is, how is your scent strength longevity?
It really depends. As a general answer, depending on how much you put in there, etc., like that, and what essential oils, what if there's an absolute in there, because absolute's more potent, and then you have CO2 absolutes. Like for example, one that we're working on, I'm looking at my board over here, has birch tar absolute. Just one drop of that will last you all day long. Versus if I were just to put a drop of grapefruit in, you may not even smell it. So it really depends on what the scent is that you're putting in there. But as a good rule of thumb for EOs and absolutes, between 3 to 7 hours, I think is a very fair range right there. But you get the benefits of an EO, and it's not going to dry or make your beard all crunchy or anything like that. So there's also that upside too.
And his other question is, how many ounces are your butters and balms?
So our beard butter is 2 ounces. Our beard balm is 2 ounces. So many people, going back to what I said in the opening there, we put more butter in ours. Butter does cost more than just the carrier oils alone. So really, when you're front loading a butter like that, it comes at a higher premium, higher quality product.
And Tara wants to know, what is the optimal Kilt thermostat setting?
I'm taking that a bunch of different ways. I don't know how to really answer that one right.
The nice thing about the Kilt is when it's really hot outside, a little gust comes by, it feels really good.
Yeah, let's just say when it's 90 or above, we're going vintage.
Commando.
There you go. But I really don't like the cold. I grew up in Wisconsin. I hate the cold to the bones. I've been all around the world in the military, and I just hate the cold. So I don't wear a kilt out in the cold. I'm wearing warm clothes. That's the American. I'm just staying warm side of me. But I do wear sandals year round, though. Unless the snow is above 6 inches, then I'll wear shoes or boots. So I do wear sandals year round, and yeah.
Jason, if you were to wear a kilt, would you be commando?
I don't.
Because Jason goes commando all the time.
Yeah, I don't know how comfortable I would be. Know, I don't know. I mean, if it was just around the house, probably. Yeah, it all depends on the situation, I think.
Okay.
I will say so. I'm wearing this kilt right now. This is the first like material. It's called like a hiking material. So usually you have the wool and everything. This stuff won't catch on like twigs and thorns and things like that. It kind of like just brushes aside. So it's kind of convenient if you're really out there working. Yeah. So I would say if you get one, pockets for beginners is always a good thing. My first one had no pockets, and I realized I could just carry too much shit with me, so I need pockets. And
Well, that's why it comes with a purse.
A sporran, or a real man's purse, however you want to say it.
Okay. Now, Brad, jump back in now. Then, which scent profile do you think is the strongest? In your
Right now, I would say it would be Dapper Gentleman, Outdoor Bivouac, yeah, those two right there. For different reasons. Outdoor Bivouac, I would not wear it formally. I would not wear it on a date unless your significant other already has smelt it beforehand. It's not that it's a very earthy outdoor scent, and that's made for that purpose. Dapper Gentleman, like with the rose geranium in there, the lang lang, and patchouli and cedarwood, all those scents are base essentials, so they're going to last a lot longer. So I would say that those do, but you know, to me, if you're getting a scent between 5 hours or more, I think you're getting your money's worth. Even in a cologne or essential oil, if you can get a good 5 strong hours of that scent, but at the same time, essential oils are not necessarily meant to last forever because they're not being enhanced by a chemical. So it's what works for you, kind of a thing.
of course, Jacob. Is there anything on under the kilt? Do you know what the saying, Joe?
Yes, there's something under the kilt.
So it's a dress. I think that's what Jacob says. If you're wearing anything under the kilt, it's a dress. Good question, Brad.
Is ball wash necessary while wearing a kilt?
I have no idea. I'm still trying to comprehend that one right there. Not what's under the kilt, the ball wash.
Yeah, I don't know.
You're still contemplating that, Jason?
Yeah. I was just thinking about talking about the ball wash. Just thinking about it being hot and sweaty, and if you're at a picnic or something and you stand up and then they're sticking to your leg and you kind of got to shake it out there. I think it'd be a little weird.
I think you're overthinking it, Jason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fox, I know that because Jason and I were roommates in Jackson, Wyoming.
And Jason actually brought it up.
He purchased underwear just for the occasion.
And let us know.
Save me. Spare me. Yeah. So you mentioned something coming out in June. That's the Loch Ness Pines. Anything else on the horizon that you want to share?
Yeah, there's a ship
load. Nice.
Yeah. No. Well, yeah, we have a lot of things coming out. So we're gonna come up with so right now we're going to start out with Vanilla Orange Swirl. We're completing that scent. It did really well last year, and just to have it in the butter and the balm is just going to be delicious. Like, it's awesome. Just got the labels in. The label looks like this. It looks really good. Looks like, to me, it looks sexy as hell. So we're going to have that, and that'll be released next week for about a week and a half. So you have an opportunity to get that at a discount. Whenever we release something, there's a discount for it. So so get on our email list at least, and keep your eye out for that, because that will be shooting that way. Then we're going to be doing the Loch Ness Pines, and that is very Scottish summery, I guess you would call it. I really don't want to give it completely away, but that one's coming out. We're also coming out with a beard wash, and we just got through the testing phase, and we're just about with the final formulation on that one. And we're excited to get that one out there. We're going to come out with the unscented first, along with Loch Ness Pines as a scent with that one. Our testing group said that they like citrus and they like unscented as their primary choice of a beard wash. So we're giving the people what they want. And so those are coming along. We're also going to have about 2 shirts, hats coming out. We're also going to be doing what we're calling Iron and Smoke, 2 weeks before the 4th of July, 2 weeks afterwards. We're still refining that one, but we have plenty of time for that. And also, we're going to be doing a beard box. So, and we're going to be collaborating with some other companies that are not in the beard. Well, they're in the beard community, but they're not beard companies. So we're working on that angle too. So, and then in between all that, we have 2 to 3 more events coming up. So we're some busy bees over here.
I see a lot of pictures of watches. Are there going to be any watches in the box?
No, there's no watches.
I can't
return the sender.
Like, I keep focusing on the watches when I look at you. They just kind of grab my eye. There you go. Thank you. Appreciate that.
No, that's one of my hobbies. I've got into clocks and watches. Clocks when I was a kid. Sorry, I'm texting Dakota real quick. He wants to come on in here. I always liked clocks, and it kind of got into watches and got into the Iron Man watch, and it progressively became a habit. So I'll wear a pair of shoes into the ground, minus company shirts that I'm trying on and trying to wear. I don't buy really any new clothes. I just save my money for watches. So I have a passion with watches as a hobby right there. It's an expensive hobby, but it's a hobby nonetheless. So
yeah, and you'd been in Iraq, and that makes me think about all the Rolexes and Bulgaris that were available in Iraq for $20.
I didn't get attracted to like a luxury watch or a higher end watch until I was way out of Iraq and all the military. So I lived in Las Vegas, and I was born in Las Vegas, and I grew up in my teen years in Las Vegas. And when I used to deal craps like in a casino, and then I eventually became a pit boss for the craps. And the one guy sat down one time, and he had his like arms in the box there, and he's like flicking his wrist. I'm like, ooh, shiny thing, what's that? And he goes, oh well, it's a Rolex. And I'm like, what is that? Like, I just really didn't know yet. And he explained it to me, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go get me one of those. And then I looked how much it costs, like one day. And so the time I originally got like a $250 watch, and I thought I was doing amazing at that time. Then COVID kind of happened, and really didn't spend any money, and the government decided they wanted to give us money. So, and this is the wrong word, but I'm going to use the word anyways. I invested it in watches, and so I kind of got that itch, got things I wanted, and then I've just been, putting a little away every now and then to continue on that passion right there. Yeah.
We got pinned another question. Chief wants to know if you're doing a chicken and chocolate scent.
A chicken and a chocolate. I may break some of my rules and I'm not doing colognes just for him to make it happen. I'm sure I'm going to have to get it like FDA approved or something like that, because like, I don't know how you can make it smell like chicken and chocolate. So, but that is an option. And the day I say I'm bored, I will do that for you, Jacked Up.
Kay says she's waiting on garlic ice cream scent.
No.
Before tonight, I never even knew garlic was an ice cream.
Oh yeah, yeah, I've heard of that. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So earlier before the show, you were saying there were a lot of ways that people can save money with your company. Can you kind of explain that a bit?
Yeah. Yeah. So, one, we respect everybody's time. For one thing, one is the code down there is the first one, and just for 24 hours, I guess, or 28 hours, whatever it is, you can join our email list and stack it and get 20% off.
Nice.
There's other things too, like we just added to our site subscriptions. We added whenever you add Dakota's over here. So so whenever you add something else, you'll get 7% more off your purchase. But if you take our beard quiz, there may be a discount there at the end of the beard quiz also. So the other thing is get in on our email list. Even if you don't purchase anything, get on the email list and just keep your eyes open. Like I said, we respect people's time and wanting to listen to us and give us a shot.
Blow up your email with stupid BS.
And this is Dakota, everybody.
Yeah, I'm here, and I got my
Nice.
right here. And Joe, I absolutely think we should follow Keith Reed. Chicken and chocolate scented beard oil. That needs to happen.
Oh, hey, where's my beer?
You have that one?
I don't want that one.
I'm sorry. I apologize. I had full intentions of hanging out with everybody this night, and there was some conflicts. But anyway, I made this happen. Thanks for having me on, everybody.
You give me a beer.
I could do that. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Well, Dakota, now that you've joined us, I do have one question for you. Before you grab that beer, what is that one toy that you always played with as a child?
I heard Joe answer that, and it made me think, and I was like, what did I play with? And when I was, I want to say I was maybe 5 or 6, and I went to New York City for the first time ever, like 3 months after 9/11 happened. And they were called Rescue Rangers, and it was the 9/11 memorial one, and that was like mine and my little brother's like go-to toy. I can't remember what the dude's name was, but he was like the captain, and like a proceeds of that went to help all the first responders and whatnot, and like that was by far my like go-to toy.
That's cool.
So yeah,
that's cool.
That just made me feel older than Dart.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to age anybody on
Talking
that.
about being a kid at 9/11. Holy cow!
Yeah. So yeah, no. I look at kids now when I see them, and I'm like, you weren't even born for that. Like that's what I age myself, and I'm like, holy. So I apologize to anybody I aged on that comment, but yeah.
Funny.
Man.
What's up, Sodium Soldier?
Justin.
All right, I'll be back.
I kind of recently we have been watching an older show called Third Watch, and it was based and went on during 9/11, and then they talked to a lot of the original people who were present at 9/11. So that kind of fits what we've been watching with TV lately.
Yeah, at that time I was in Vegas working at the Paris, and everybody thought Vegas was going to get hit next. And so basically they had us all sitting in the building for like 2-3 hours before they're like, maybe we should just make everybody go home and not come back until we know that's not a thing. And that's what they did. So, and my dad was so my dad was telling me a story because he was sleeping and he heard it going on in the background. He thought it was a rerun of a movie because it kept on doing over and over again, like looping what was going on. He thought it was a rerun of some kind of movie. Yeah. And yeah, so yeah, that was like an interesting time in our history right there. So
yep, I was in the middle of a PCS move from Hawaii to Colorado.
Oh boy.
Oh wow.
Yep. Scott, do you have a slideshow?
Well, yeah, I do. He covered a lot of the stuff that's in it already.
That's all right. We need visuals. We like visuals.
Oh, I didn't.
Look at that handsome guy.
God, that almost looks like somebody I know, Joe.
Yeah.
There. And now you probably have the beer too.
I do, with a Kilt Beer Company can cooler that you can get on their site.
Cool.
Yeah.
So then, I'm not sure if I actually have the ingredients right here. It looked like on some of your oils, some of the carriers change.
Yep.
But this is the one I took off of one of them. You got extra virgin. It actually said extra virgin organic oil. I kind of guessed that it was avocado. I wasn't sure if that was right.
Yeah, so extra virgin organic avocado oil. Yeah.
Yeah, and then we've got organic argan oil, organic rosehip oil, extra virgin organic pumpkin seed oil, and organic golden jojoba oil. You get a 1 ounce for $20 or a 2 ounce for $27.
Correct.
That's personally my favorite scent.
Grapefruit peppermint.
Yep.
Yeah, grapefruit peppermint and lavender.
Yeah, that sounds like a good one.
Oh yeah, it's a nice, clean, has that peppermint in there, so it just has just enough like crispy bite of the mint. It's like I said, my personal favorite scent. I would recommend that to everybody and anybody.
Yeah, so when looking at this beard oil here, and this was our very first scent beard oil carrier blend, it did evolve a little bit from the very first one.
Mm-hmm.
However, that being said, so my favorite carrier oil is jojoba oil, or however you want to say it, but that's my favorite one right there. Just for the basic sense of it has a natural structure to the sebum on your skin. And one thing that we may not have across the board as men is enough sebum, and this kind of helps fill in the gaps, kind of evens it out, kind of a thing. It's lightweight. It has deep penetration. Like, it's just a really good oil overall.
Mhm.
I think you'll find that probably in about 80% of our products or more. I'm just off the top of my head. I think it's a very important ingredient that should be in most oils or products in general. And argan oil is great, golden oil. Then I think the one thing that is very interesting is the I can't even say it. Camellia. I'm gonna say it wrong. Oil. So it's got fatty acids in it and everything like that. So it protects the beard. So I want to moisturize. I want to have a really good growth environment for your beard and protect the beard. So that's the whole purpose with the ingredients, is to look at it holistically, like 360. Make sure you're getting it from the root to the tip and maintaining that. And tamanu oil. So that one may be different, like to many people on here. That one is an anti-inflammatory, and it has healing benefits. I look at people who shave. I look at people who may have acne, people who may do some rigorous sport of some sort. This one's good for you on that one. I have acne, or I have had acne in my life, and this is one oil that I like for that. You may not see like a vitamin E in too many of our products, because a lot of these oils already have vitamin E in them, like grapeseed oil. That has some vitamin E in it too. So there are some oils that have certain vitamins in there, and I like to try to be as efficient as possible. So I try not to duplicate too much. But yeah, so this one, like I said, is particularly formulated to moisturize, rid beard itch, and I mean on the extreme side, not just, oh, I didn't put no beard oil in today, I'm itchy. Like the people who like can't get past that 30, 60, 90 days, and then they need to shave it off because it itches so bad. That's for that extreme person right here, or the person who's gonna do CrossFit or hit the trails really hard or something like that. So they're really in the elements.
Kay wants to know what shines through more on the beard elixir, grapefruit or peppermint.
I don't even think they are honestly a balance in my personal opinion. They balance out each other in a way that you don't really even get one or the other. I mean, if I were to say one, I would say the peppermint, just because it does have that little bit more of the minty, crisp bite to it. But honestly, they're both pretty standard, the same. It's just just a clean, crisp scent is how I would describe it.
And he's the perfect person to ask, because he's worn this more than anybody else. So
yeah, I could honestly say that I've probably, anybody in the world, I've worn that one more than anybody else. Great question though, but yeah, I mean, we put them on there just kind of help everybody kind of have a little bit of idea of the scent profile. But again, that one is one where it's just kind of even across the board, and we were like, all right, these two stick out a little bit, but they're not super overpowering. And that's kind of the cool thing about all of our products, is because we use essential oils and absolutes, none of them really are super overpowering to knock out everybody, right? It's just kind of personal. They have to be in your area to really smell them.
Very cool. And then we have beard butter, $25 for a 2 ounce.
Yep.
With shea nut butter, mango butter, Kapaku butter. Yeah.
What was
so typo right there. So typo right there. There's no beeswax in our butter.
Yeah.
Oh, but it's called a kupaku
Yeah.
butter.
Yeah, that one's really fun to figure out how to say. The countless nights of Googling how to say that and listening to Google Translate going, all right, okay, I think we got it. Then me and Joe sit there and try and use it in a sentence, and it's like, oh, that wasn't right. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, one more time. Oh, Kupaku. All right, okay, I think I got it this time. So that makes it a little fun too.
So I first call it a kapuaku, is what I try to say it.
Which was really fun. I was like, what did you just say? So yeah, no, the conversations that happen after hours, you could say, are very entertaining sometimes.
Yeah, so these butters are very important. So in the infancy, what we notice in many butters, not all butters, and like, we mentioned that there's creams, there's pores and everything like that. We noticed that many butters had one butter in it somewhere in the middle of the ingredients.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was more of a liquid or a solid oil, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So we wanted to really, create a butter that was standalone, heavier on the butter, with supporting actors like the carrier oils. And so that's our approach. And a little backstory on this one. Hey, Cookie Bear. It's my doggo here. One second. Hey, Cookie Bear. Crate. Go on. Crate. She's like, I can do this.
She wants to do it.
Crate.
Come on.
Very good girl. All right, sorry about that.
That is one dog of a dog, Joe.
So it's 110-pound female German Shepherd. So
she's definitely not one that you want to sneak up on a dark alley on. That's
right,
for sure.
But when it comes to the butter, we wanted to make sure that you really got like a butter, like have more butter than anything in there. So we had oils, we have the balm, and then we have butter, and they're all really unique to themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And most companies that we saw at the time that we looked at had one butter to color the butter. It was a solidified oil. Hence, where you'll see sometimes 3 or 4 ounces of butter going at X price that may be less than $25. The carrier oil does run less than these butters. So for us, it's all about quality. And that's what we're trying to come across in our products. Quality is the most important thing to us. And that quality hopefully carries over to the health of your beard.
Mm-hmm.
And really quickly on Kupaku butter, because many people may not know what Kupaku butter is and what it does. So it's ultra hydrating, like I said earlier, up to 300% more water retention per its weight. So it's going to hold and lock in that water to the surface of your skin a lot longer. And it improves the beard and skin elasticity. And it's a natural barrier against the environment and stressors like that too.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a really 360 butter that is not used much, that we really embraced. And before Cookie came in here, I was going to tell a quick story. So we have a mutual friend named Slim. He's actually Slim now. And he had his beard drift so bad that it would actually snow.
Mm-hmm.
And he never got past 30, 45 days, and he had to shave his beard off because it just itched too much and it just flaked everywhere. And
it was really quite sad, honestly.
Right.
He'd like just get like a good thing going, and then he'd shave it off and be like, "What are you doing, dude?" So he was honestly the real inspiration behind this.
And then, so for 37 years, he was never able to get past that point. So we curated it to the most extreme person that we could help, and he has been growing a beard out for almost 2 years now. So, and he hasn't had that problem like anymore. So
I think it took him like 2 weeks of consistent use of this.
Yep.
And like I wouldn't say cured, but that's a pretty accurate word.
But yeah, so this butter is for the extreme side of things. If you're that person, give it a shot. I think you're in for a very optimistic. What's the end result? End result. I can't think of the word I want to say, but the end result there.
Yeah.
What you're looking for, to be able to not itch, not to think about your beard, and just have it be nice and moisturized and healthy. So, but that's a butter right there that the cat might be out of the bag on this one, but that one we really embrace in our balm and butter.
Mm-hmm. There's on our live last night, Miss K commented and said it's like her emotional support butter, and I couldn't agree more with that. It's like my nightly safety blanket that I put on every single night. About half an hour before I go to bed, I take our original beard butter and I just put it in, and it's like the most calming, relaxing scent. And it's like like I said, it's like just one great blanket. So yeah, hashtag emotional support butter.
And then I don't know if I mixed up these scent descriptions.
You did. They're backwards.
Yeah.
The last one was the balm. This one is the butter ingredient.
I think so. I think I had mixed them up.
Maybe. Although I don't know about the metal foam.
Yeah.
The metal foam seed oil, I don't believe is in this one. That would be in our heritage collection for the beard oils.
Okay.
However, but off the top of my head right now, for like beard elixir, or not beard elixir, but our balms, like we mentioned, there's yellow beeswax in there for styling. It's a light to medium hold.
Mm-hmm.
It's got the 3 butters in there, like we mentioned in the Kilt's Best Beard Butter. We also put raspberry oil in there for some SPF protection, and then we have some castor oil in there too, along with jojoba and I believe 3 to 4 other carrier oils. Grapeseed oil. I know, like grapeseed oil in general can have a shorter shelf life. However, that being said, there are oils out there that when combined with like a shorter shelf life, like grapeseed oil, like castor oil, metafoam seed oil, can increase the shelf life of those oils. So sometimes looking at all the ingredients and seeing what other ingredients are in there that can create a longer shelf life for that product, or the other complementary oils should be looked at. So, but it's a really good butter, balm butter.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
And honestly, our balms probably don't get the attention they deserve, just because between me and Joe, we're more of the butter and the oil type situation. But I recently just trimmed my beard a little bit, and honestly, this has been my go-to. This exact one, the Beard Elixir one, because again, it's my favorite scent that we have across the board. And honestly, with the shorter beard, a little bit of styling, not that it's really even needed, but it just is so good and smooth to put on. And just a little bit of hold in there, it just makes it perfect. So if you've got a shorter beard, this would be one that I would highly recommend.
Cool. And our friend Mike here, he's always about companies that have a balm.
I like balm.
Oh, yeah. And no discrimination against the big beards. I clearly don't have one, but I've heard from Joe, like it's perfect for a windy day, because it does have that light to medium hold. So if it's windy, just like there's a light breeze, it's gonna hold it in place, and it's not gonna fly all over the place. I mean, if you're in like a crazy windstorm, good luck with the beard. But at the end of the day, you know, just a light little breeze, it's going to be perfect for you.
Yeah, Dakota, I totally agree with you in regards to like a short beard, like your length, like it's really helps in styling, weighing it
Oh, yeah.
down, you know, in the direction it needs to go.
You don't have that like quite like poofiness.
Right.
It kind of keeps it down, you know. Like all you guys that I'm looking at right now, you guys got like a nice distinguished thing. I just kind of keep it short and hang on and hope for the
Dakota,
best.
let it grow, man. Let it grow. I want to see you next year with a 2-foot beard.
We'll see. I don't know if it's in my genes, but we'll see if we can make it happen.
Brad's asking a brewer if you've tried Kilt balm.
I have. I highly recommend. It's a great balm. Definitely love it.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
And then we were talking earlier about the mustache wax.
That's my baby.
I'll let him talk about it.
Joe's the mastermind, but I was definitely the supreme ultimate test dummy for that one.
Go for it.
So yeah, no. So this honestly, I had a decent beard, and my daughter was born, and I was like, you know, I'm gonna shave it just for whatever, right? And so I was like, but I can't shave it all off. I'm not gonna do that. And my wife was like, yeah, you can't do that. So I kept the mustache, had the mustache. This fine gentleman and our other buddy, Mike, I had never seen Tombstone, right? 28 years of my life, never seen Tombstone. So for whatever reason, nobody in my life had recommended it. Right after I shaved, they convinced me to watch Tombstone. I watched Tombstone. I see all these amazing mustaches, right? And I'm like, I got to do this. So I go through, back when I used to have hair, I had some just like horrible hair wax from XY store, and it was smelled like chemicals. It was god awful. I put it in my mustache, and I was like, oh, I need to do this. So I Googled, found one, got it, used it, and it was just super sticky. And I was like, Joe, we could do this, but like make it so much better. And so, long story longer, Joe came over, and I was like, this is what we need in it. This is what we need to happen. I don't care how it happens. I'll make it happen. Let's do it. And so, honestly, we came up with 3 different holds. One that's going to be an everyday one, which is what I use every day, which is Garrison hold. It's honestly, my opinion, the best mustache wax anybody could use. If you want to style your mustache, that's the everyday one. Like I said, grab it and you're going to be ecstatic. It's not super sticky. That was the one thing I hated about all the. I tried like 2 or 3 different mustache waxes, and they all were super sticky. Like, I'm a super big sandwich eater, and every time I ate a sandwich, all the crumbs would just get stuck on my face, and I was like, this is terrible. And they were all sticky. They were stuck in there. And so I was like, okay, the first thing on this is it needs to not be sticky. That's the first priority. And we killed it with all 3 of them. And then so we were like, well, we need 3 different holds, right? So the Recon hold is more of like your stronger hold. Like I want to say it's not our anchor. It's not an anchor hold, but it's gonna get the job done. It's gonna stay in place.
That's what I have in right now is the Recon one.
So if you've got like a longer mustache, or like you're going to like a more formal event, you want it to stay in place, not really move, that's going to be the one I'd recommend. So it's more of like a stronghold. If you want like the supreme being of all holds, anchor hold's going to be the one. That one you're going to have to absolutely use a hairdryer, get it, melted, get it on your comb it through, work it in with the hairdryer, and then you're going to have to turn that thing on cold and really set it in. But once it's set, you're not going. Until you want it to move, it's not going anywhere.
And none of them are sticky.
That, with the exception of the anchor hold, just due to the fact of what it is and what it needs to do. But even then, I would say it's a lot less sticky than 95% of any.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I've ever tried a mustache wax not sticky.
I mean, now when you put it in, I mean, initially it has, because it is a wax, it's going to be a little sticky. But like once it dries,
Yeah.
there's really not like I want to say like there's no magnet to it, right? Like if you can eat a sandwich in peace is like what I like to think.
Yeah. So the one thing is, so once it solidifies back to itself, it's kind of like when you get food on your beard, just go like this and brush it off. It's the same thing, just like that. It just brushes it off. You're not trying to pick it out and go through the wax and everything and ruin your stash basically. So, Donald, they are not scented. They are not scented.
If you smell anything, it's only the wax that we're using in there.
Right. And what gives the higher heat tolerance is the carnauba a wax. So we put that in there to have a higher heat tolerance, which means you're going to have a stronger hold than your typical just beeswax mustache
Not to be confused with
and another thing to put this aside.
What's that?
Not to be confused with Cupalupa butter.
Koopa-coo,
yeah.
But yeah, the other thing to put this aside is we don't use pine tar, right? We use lanolin, was the one that mad scientist Joseph over here found, and you know that's the. I mean, there was some waxes we came up with, and that one is a less is more, for sure, but it's a fantastic ingredient in there, and again, all organic. So I mean, it's 4 ingredients, so it's perfect.
Lanolin is from sheep's wool.
Yeah, those waxes sound great, and
I gotta get the mustache wax.
The different
I'm excited.
The different varieties of hold, pretty interesting.
Now the Recon hold, you can use it either way. Like if you're in like a hot and humid environment, you can absolutely get it out with your fingernail, or we do add a pick in there. But if you're in like a Utah environment, it's kind of more dry, not so hot, yeah, you might have to use a hairdryer just to get it out. But I mean, I was able to use my fingernail. May not be for everybody though.
Yeah, we put a pick in there, and we do something fun with the picks. So we put new picks in there probably every 6 months. So and they're actual guitar picks from Clayton Guitars, or guitar picks. So if you play the guitar, you know somebody plays the guitar, or you just want to have some funsies and collect guitar picks, there's different designs on them. So
we like to keep you guys guessing, right? At least every 6 months. So if you buy a mustache wax, you're looking to get another one. It's been about 6 months. Chances are you're probably going to get a new, different one. So.
Collect them all.
Exactly.
John Fox asked if that's chupacabra butter.
Hey, don't be scared.
Good question, Donald. That's a good question. Does anchor wash out with stripping wash?
So I really don't want to go down that.
I will say this: it washes out fairly easy. It's not quite as easy as the other 2 holds, again, due to the fact that it's made to like not go anywhere. Like you've got to put some effort in to get it out. But I mean, a little hot water, a little soap, a good. My wife's a hairdresser. A great thing she told me is if when you put crazy hair gel and crazy different things in your hair to get it out, you have to put the soap in before you get it wet. So honestly, if you use really any wash, put it in there before you use it, it's going to get it out probably. And another secret, any oil, any beard oil, any type of oil, you just put a couple drops in there, rub it in, then get your soap in there, then get it wet and wash it out. It's probably going to wash out fairly easy.
So also in our testing group, I had Jacob Trost, who is a mustache competitor. You can look him up on Instagram, TikTok, etc., Facebook. He does all the big, like all the mustache competitions.
He gets the whole beard involved. It's some crazy stuff.
So our beard wash that we're coming up with, he was able to get anchor hold and all the hair spray and glue and everything in his beard and mustache wax in one wash. So I think the real response would be if you have the right wash to do it, would be the right response to that. I think a stripping wash like I'm not a believer in stripping washes, and we can get in that discussion, but I'm not a believer in a stripping
Hey,
wash.
I'm on the same boat as you.
So, and that was one of our North Stars when it came to our beard washes, to kind of make things a lot more straightforward is the best way I can explain it.
Like that. It's a good way to put that, Joe.
So then here we just have a list your scents. I think I pretty much got them right. Highlands, we've got a cherry pine and birch, dapper gentleman, rose and sandalwood, outdoor bivouac, cedarwood and lemongrass, breaking beard, bergamot and vetiver, Americano, coffee and vanilla, spring awakening, thistle and heather, orange swirl, vanilla bean and citrus, and beard elixir, grapefruit and peppermint.
Yep. They are. We also had two winter scents that will be back October 1st.
Oh yeah.
Well, one was Highland Frost. The other one's Kilted Lumberjack. First time with those ones out there, they were bangers this last holiday season. They did really well. If you're interested in potentially trying those two out, there are still some in our Amazon store if you want to go over there and grab those over there.
So the Kilted Frost.
The Kilted Frost, the Highland Frost.
Wow, I'm just all over the place. The Highland Frost, I'm just kilts. Yeah. Anyway, the Highland Frost is essentially like the beard elixir on steroids. Like, other than it's spearmint instead of peppermint, but that one, the peppermint, the mint, the spearmint comes flying through. It is super crisp. It goes amazing with it being cold outside. So if you're into that type of thing, I definitely am. That was another, like, I kept bouncing back and forth between the two during the wintertime, and like seeing how much I could get on my face and walk outside and be like, "Ooh, it's so cold," and then trying the other one and seeing which one I could get more on. Yeah, it's a good time. But yeah, no, that one's, if you're into the mint smells and like the crisp feel on the skin, I would highly recommend both of them.
Cool. I didn't mean
And
a
then-
pun there.
And then, so like I mentioned earlier, things that are coming up. So Loch Ness Pines. So that one is going to be a citrus woodsy scent with some unique citrus woodsy scents in there. And then,
Did we tell them about vanilla orange swirl?
Yeah, no, we already told them.
We got talking about how it's finally getting the bomb of the butter. Like, why we waited this long, I have no idea. But me and Joe had this like aha moment a couple weeks ago, and we're like, why don't we have that? Like, why don't we round out everything, and just make it happen? And oh my God, you are in for a treat. If you like vanilla orange swirl, the oil, you guys, I cannot say enough good things about it. I'm so excited for you guys to finally be able to experience it.
And then we're coming out with the Iron and Smoke, which is going to have tobacco in it. And then we're also going to have, so Spring Awakening, in the name is spring, and Thistle and Heather really works well for the spring.
The perfect spring scent.
But that will be rotating out on June 20th. So if you want to get Spring Awakening, smell what spring in Scotland is, I'd highly recommend, grabbing a bottle.
Mm-hmm.
But that will rotate out, and then we will have a new beard oil that will have tobacco in it. So probably around the 21st-ish, July 1st, around that time frame, a new scent will come out to replace it and be part of our core heritage line right there.
Mm-hmm. The Iron Smoke has tobacco in it too, doesn't it?
Yeah, the Iron Smoke has tobacco in it, but this other one is going to be a little bit more interesting. Well, they're both interesting.
Yeah. Geez,
yeah.
Very interesting. We're coming out with some crazy stuff in the summer. The 3 cents. I mean, we can talk about them, but we cannot give them justice to what they smell like and the complexity of them. They're interesting to say the least in the best way possible.
Oh, like I said, so we're starting to expand the cookbook now.
Oh,
And how I mentioned, 2023 was kind of like fail every time, not succeed at all. Well, last year we kind of just took the training wheels off. This year
yeah.
we're kind of opening up the book, and we're gonna really start showing what EO
We
oils.
took the training wheels off.
Yeah.
You could say.
We're gonna show what the EOs, absolutes, CO2s, and all these different types of natural oils can do with each other. So stay tuned. It's gonna be pretty exciting. There's gonna be a lot of scents and combinations that are just gonna be next level in our opinion. So.
We found tonka bean oil, and if you've never smelt it, my God, it is the best scent ever, and you guys are in for a treat.
You just say tonka bean, and he's like squirrel.
Oh yeah, no, you put tonka bean in. Joe made one the other night, and I was like, "This is terrible," except for the tonka bean, because that's what I'm getting through it, and that unfortunately did not make it to any other than just a tester, but the tonka bean in it was saving the day. And so anyway, tonka bean's going to be in a couple of the oils that we mentioned, and it's going to be great.
Cool. And Kay's asking if you'd ever consider making an original scent oil. I'm guessing she means unscented.
No, so we started out with the Kilt's Best Beer Butter, the original one here.
Okay.
So this has got Roman chamomile, and here's a good one for you: Helicinium essential oil, and it's got bergamot in it, and it's very calming, very neutral kind of a scent. So at first, that was our first butter that we came out with, and it really doesn't clash with any other scents. And as we've grown the product line, we've had complementary butters and scents to go with the oils, etc., like that. And I brought it out to the group yesterday for Whisker Wednesday on our Instagram that, hey, Kay, what do you think about, potentially repurposing this brand to more of a nighttime beard butter? And if we were to do that, I think we could market and rebrand the butter with an oil to really have like a nighttime routine. So it's something to think about. Okay,
Potentially,
it's something to think about.
It's a thought. We're considering.
And I know earlier you were talking about the beard washes.
Yep.
Is that close? Is the date that'll be coming out close? Dynamite's just asking.
Yeah, so our plan is June 1st for the beard wash. I mean, make sure the labels go through, get the labels and everything like that. But June 1st is our target date. The beard wash, I'm not going to put Brewer on the spot on this one, but let's just say it's a different approach to beard wash, and there's a little bit of education on our side to provide the user to have the best experience possible with the beard wash. And it's not a stripping wash. There's no stripping agents in there, but it does clean your skin and beard really well, but it still maintains that less than 5.5 pH level naturally. So there's a lot of benefits to this wash, and it will take some time. And I was explaining it yesterday on our Whisker Wednesday. We get so used to certain products, brands, and ways to do things that when we try something new or get exposed to something new, it may take a little bit of time to get used to it and understand the purpose of it. And that's going to be the biggest, I would say, hurdle challenge for us when you want to be audacious and do something different than everybody else. You gotta basically plant your flag in the ground and be like on board with it. So and that's the flag that we're planting with that. We don't believe that you need 3 different 3 or 4 different types of washing products to have a nice, clean, healthy, strong, hydrated, all the above, beard. We think all you need is one product, and we're not calling it an all like 5-in-1 or 4-in-1 or 3-in-1. That's just weird to me.
It's just a wash.
Yeah.
So
It's just a wash.
but that being said, the ingredients, it's all a new type of base.
It was definitely a. What did you just say? You were doing what with what now, Joe? But I used it, and it's went through a couple iterations, and we still got a few more tweaks, but it's there, and it is unlike anything I've ever used, and I don't think I could ever go back.
And one thing of the testing group that came out, I'm not going to go through the whole entire spiel of all, but one thing is like lathering is a very important thing, especially for longer beards. And having a good lather does one thing: it spreads the good stuff around to your skin and beard if there's good stuff in that product. However, that being said, just because it's over lathering doesn't mean it's cleaning it any more or less. It's just an agent that foams when it's attracted to water and friction. So it's one of those things. But however, that being said, that's one bias that's been in our products for 40 years, 50 years for shampoos and everything, that we're just going to increase the foam a little bit and just get over that hurdle. We're not going to try to go for that one right there. That's something else that is easy to fix. We'll put more foam in there, make every beard happy. But all the benefits that you're going to receive out of this, a lot of the ingredients were inspired from the Asian culture. And how they take care of their skin and et cetera like that. And the Asian culture in general is about 10 to 15 years ahead of the US when it comes to ingredients and whatnot. So if they're 10 to 15 years ahead of us, then this product on its own merits should be 10 to 15 years ahead of most beard washes. So, but I can always get into more of the other stuff like that. If anybody wants to geek out on it, I'll be more than happy to. So,
Trust me, and he can definitely geek out on it.
We just had one question about the wash here. Ray's asking if it would be a more watery consistency. It sounds like it's not like most washes that are thick.
It's definitely going to be on the thicker side, I guess you could say.
So if we had it on the watery side, it wouldn't change the effectiveness of the wash. However, that being said, it's not what I or he thinks, it's what the consumer thinks. And having it be too watery may not be welcoming to many people. So we're going to find a happy in between on that one. But because you could put a thickener in there and make it as thick as you want, that doesn't really create effectiveness. It's more pleasing, I guess, to your senses and your experience. So it's going to be a medium consistency. And yeah, I hope that answered the question.
It's not going to be super watery, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, it's not going to there's going to be a little bit of consistency, a little bit of thickness to it.
Yeah, I think that's all he was looking for. And here on screen, I have a bunch of the merch you offer: the stickers, the T-shirts with Santa or Jesus has a beard, the brush and comb sets, some hats, some koozies, some pretty cool things.
Yeah, like I said, we're going to be adding about 2 shirts to that, 1 hat to it for just the everyday line. And then there's going to be a unique hat with a beard box that's going to be coming like along in there too. So this is going to greatly expand here in the next 2 months. So it's going to be pretty exciting.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, we got some exciting things on that side of the world too coming, but we can't get everything away.
And then you have some like starter kits and stuff, which I thought were kind of interesting.
Yeah, so the starter kit right there is Breaking Beard, and as I mentioned earlier, if I were to give a beard product to a person I've never met before, I don't know if they're starting a beard. Well, I would know if they're just starting a beard off, but if they have a beard, I don't know what product they have. I would give them Breaking Beard just because I know there's a one-all catch-all product that's going to help all the beard types. And then like the brush and comb for the exfoliation with the boar's brush, etc., like that. We do have a beard oil kits. They're 4 milliliter vials, I guess you call them, and you get 8 in there, and plus you get a $10 coupon off your next order. So it lets you explore them, and you find something you like. It's going to help you a little bit less, if that's right, a little bit less get to the product that you want. Something like that.
So I mean, it's a variety pack, right? So it's got one of all the different scents. It's just enough that you can apply it, wear it for the day. Maybe just apply it to a certain area if you don't want to I don't know if I'm gonna like the whole scent. You can maybe apply it like close to the nose just so you can smell it for the day, and just really see like, are you gonna like it or you not? That was kind of the idea behind it, was make it enough that you could use it for the day, in each individual scent, but it not be so much that you're like, oh, I didn't like that scent, which I don't know how you wouldn't like any of them, but that's fair. And oh, I really like this one, I want to get this one. That was kind of our thought process behind the size and how much you're getting.
Yeah, I actually got both sample kits, the Highland and then the other one.
Yeah, before when we still had the
2 seasonal ones.
Yeah, the 2 seasonal ones. They were in 2 different kits. Now we just have changed since then. Just create one kit to make it more streamlined. Okay. Yeah. By the way, you got 1 or 2 other that that spoke to you at all?
Oh, more than that. So there was 16 altogether sent. 15 actually for me because I accidentally broke one and I couldn't try it. It smelled really good though. I think it was like the peppermint eucalyptus.
Oh yeah, that's the
that I was kind of bummed I couldn't try it because it smelled so good.
So
they are fragile. Do not let it roll off your table onto the floor. It'll just shatter. But
thank you for the
warning. Well, at least the room smells good.
Yeah, they don't survive a 3-foot fall, so just be careful with them. But yeah, I thought it was awesome to offer the sample pack with that much variety because I like the majority of them.
Right.
So it didn't make picking just one any easier. But it did kind of like set some aside, like, oh, I didn't like that one,
Yeah. Which at that point, I mean, you got the 10% off, $10 off. You just got a nice little sample size. You didn't waste, oh, I bought this whole bottle. What do I got to do with it now? It was just, again, just enough that you could use it for the day. Did I like it? Did it stay on my face long enough? Do I need more of it? That was, again, the idea behind it. So that's why we gave one of everything.
And you notice, like, on these bottles, if you can see it on your screen, there's like a little symbol. And it comes with a card that the symbol matches, and it tells you the scent profile, which is really cool.
And so this is our new website right now. We're still working on some tweaks and adding some things to it, like videos and things like that. So that's next week or 2. That should be complete. That being said, so now when you go in this and you scroll down to the picture there that you're looking at, there is the card right there to let you know what one you're looking at. Also, that one right there. So it's gonna let you know what one's what. Also, with all the beard oils, there's a symbol. That's the third picture in. So you have the picture, the product picture, the video, and then you're going to have the symbol.
And it's right here on the bottle too.
So you can match it there and know what you're smelling, because it'd be just too much writing on there to try to write it in there and make it look attractive. So
The late night conversations of how do we get that to everybody? Because me and Joe both know all the symbols. You can quiz us. We probably will get it right? But like when we give it to somebody for the first time trying it, how do we get that across? And we tried so many different ideas and like tested it on our wives. We're like, hey, what is this picture? And they're like, we don't know. We're like, how do we get that across to them? That was the final product, and I think we knocked it out of the park with that idea.
I agree.
And Ray was asking, people really test scents on just a small area? I test them on the whole beard. I want to experience to really judge it well.
And that's why we put 4 milliliters. Like most places will go from either 1 to 3 milliliters. We did 4 milliliter vials because there's larger beards, you know. I mean,
if you're lucky like me and have a nice short beard, the little tiny guys, I mean, you're not going to use a whole bunch of it, but like you'll definitely get enough on there at least like 2 to 3 times. I was, when we were like testing, like how much should we use? I was shocked at the fact that I thought it used way more oil than this, but like I said, 2 to 3 times was the use I got through that. So if I buy the sample pack, I'm looking at like, I don't know, a couple weeks worth, maybe even like a month or 2 worth of oil. If you've got
that's a one-time use.
So if that's what you're into, you want a variety, I'd go with the sample pack.
Right.
Just a nice little workaround if you're really into that thing. But please try out the big bottles too.
Okay, Kay is asking, is the Americano available in a 2 ounce? Maybe it's just out of stock right now.
So it's only available in the 1 ounce. It should show in stock on the site for 1 ounces. Eventually, one day we'll probably have 1 and 2 ounces for everything. It's just so many labels, etc., like that, and trying to find out what oils do best before you start making double labels like that, and spending that.
Feel free to chime in if I'm wrong, Joe. But our lifestyle collection, you can get either in 1 ounce or 2 ounce. In our heritage,
it's just 1 ounce.
It's only 1 ounce for right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because, like for example, the outdoor bivouac one is probably the best representation of. If you get outdoor bivouac, you get a 2 ouncer.
Yep.
Like it just because you want to reapply that,
you're not just using it on your beard. You're going to use it on your hands. You're going to use it on your feet, your ankles, back of your neck, maybe your ears even. Like you're going to put that everywhere once you understand the amazing use of it, right? So, I mean, yeah.
And Brad was asking if you have any barbershop profiles in the works.
So barbershop profiles. There's a lot of quote unquote barbershop profiles. I would say the closest thing we have to a barbershop profile is our Dapper Gentleman. It's a nice fine walk between a floral scent and a woodsy scent.
It's like a masculine floral scent is the best way I can think to describe it.
Like some people will say like a peppermint should be in there when it comes to a barbershop. Some people would say it's got to be like a bergamot citrus like scent to it. Maybe all the above. So I would need to know how we would describe a barbershop scent. Because I think there's many interpretations, especially if you go on the East Coast, if you go on the West Coast, it's way different. But our Dapper Gentleman is the closest thing we got right now.
Is there anything that you think we're missing covering here?
I don't know. I just think the one thing to reiterate is that these are all natural and organic, heavier in the organic side, like I mentioned. And when you go that route, the expectation is to have a premium product, and you're getting premium ingredients, and that's the type of quality product that we're trying to give to the beard community.
And another cool thing about all of our products is if you look at the ingredients list, you're going to be able to read all of them. You may not know exactly what does this one do or what does that one do, but we're not going to have any crazy like, what is this? And then you look it up and it's some weird chemical. Like, no, anything you look up, it's going to be all naturally occurring. It's going to make sense on why it's in there. And honestly, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. We love answering those questions. I know this guy for sure does. I try and know them to the best of my knowledge, but he's really the mad scientist. And honestly, the conversations we've had about it are crazy sometimes. I've learned more in the last year and a half doing this than I thought I ever would about certain essential oils and certain different like oils and butters and different waxes. I mean, the lanolin was kind of a left field thing that I was like, Joe, we got to put something else in here. And he was like, well, pine tar is cool, but we could try this one. And I was like, that sounds different. Let's do it. So again, that's another cool thing about all of our products is you're going to be able to read everything on the back label.
There's no guessing work what you're going to be putting on your skin and in your beard, or I think that's all the same. But there's no guesswork. You have all the ingredients on there. Like for the butter, like yeah, you know the ingredients in there. But I'll tell you one thing: to duplicate that butter in there, it took us 8 months to make that.
Good luck. I don't know if you do it. Good on you, but good luck.
So if you can duplicate the consistency of that, I'll give you a bravo on that one, like a high five bravo on that one, because it's a matter of teaspoons that you could go one way or the other and completely screw it up.
And not to call out Joe on this, but
he's calling me out right now.
The original recipe, the very first iteration, that recipe maybe have gotten misplaced, lost. I don't know what happened to it. I know that personally, I still have a little tiny container saved in the corner of my thing that I bust out every once in a while just to remember what could have been. But what we have now is almost perfect. But it is perfect as far as anybody's concerned, and go get it, because honestly, our butter is a tried and true butter. It looks like butter. It feels like butter. It melts in your hands like butter, and I can't believe it is butter.
And if you were to call me out, no. So the thing about our butter is it feels like I think Dan Ensign said it best. It feels like it looks like a utility butter. Mm-hmm. But it melts in 3 to 5 seconds in your hand.
Oh yeah.
So it applies really evenly and quickly. So, that's just a test of what we consider to be a quality butter. So, and we're really known for the butter right now. Hopefully, we're known for the butter and our beard wash coming out here. So stay tuned on that.
Okay. Sounds like you guys got some exciting things in the works.
Absolutely.
I mean, it wouldn't be fun if we weren't having new things. That's for sure.
Jason, can you hear it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what happened. It just like it was like I got my earbuds, Bluetooth got disconnected, and I kept trying to connect it. It wouldn't do nothing, so I just restarted the computer, and everything's good. But anyway, I got one other pinned question here. Brad wants to know what the Beard Boys coffee of choice is.
That's gonna be tough.
I mean, I know what mine is, but I don't know if Joe's gonna agree with it.
Go ahead.
So, my opinion, anything from Dark Moon Roasters out of Las Vegas is gonna be up there in at least my coffee of choice. I don't know about you, Joe. I mean,
so we're opposites. I like the light, so I like the lighter roast. And I would say, of all the coffees we've tried, and it's a little over a year now,
There's a lot.
I would say a good pea berry bean would be my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Do
you have any specific ones?
I'm trying to think all the names that off the top of my head. Like, there's a good one in Hawaii, of course.
Again, Hawaii has
Kona.
amazing coffee.
Yeah,
Hawaii's better in my opinion, but
So last year, I took a family vacation to Hawaii, and we brought back like 8 bags of coffee.
It was fantastic when he got back. Not only does his house smell amazing, but I got to try every single one, and it was like I was on the trip with him. It was great,
and we got to actually go to the farms and get the beans at the farm.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, no, it was actually really fun, and it was really cool.
Sounds
Was that on the Big Island? Yeah.
Yes.
Kona? Yep.
Yep. Yeah, my wife's grandparents used to live on that island, and then she's got a bunch of cousins and aunts and uncles that live on the island too. So
Nice.
we try to go back there every 5 years or so and say hi to people and try all the amazing food.
Cool. Well, guys, I think we're going to wind down the stream. Been great having you on here.
Appreciate you having us on.
Thanks for letting me stop by. I know I was a little late, but I appreciate it.
Well,
thank you, guys.
Well, we didn't let you. You just crashed it.
Yeah, you crashed.
I did do a pretty good job at that.
No, I really appreciate you guys coming on. Definitely great. You guys are a great positive source in this community. I feel like you've got a lot. You got your live streams, your YouTube shows, and you're supportive. Like you're in other people's chats, and just keep it going, man. Keep it going. I'm looking forward to meeting you in person if you're still coming out to Cheyenne in June.
So what's a good campsite to go to out there? You got to tell me that's near there, because we're both to pin it down. I don't want to make a mistake.
Okay.
So we're going to go June 6th to
Okay.
June 9th.
I'll talk to you about it. Yeah.
Okay. But yes, we're trying to nail that down before the end of the weekend here. So,
and as a bonus, Miniature Kiss is going to be performing that weekend in Cheyenne as well.
Oh, really?
Boy.
I saw a flyer. I've never heard of them, but
it
should be fun.
That should be interesting.
So everybody, make sure you jump on this code. It's a great deal. Respect 10 gets you 10% on your order until midnight tomorrow night. So make sure to check that out. And respect the journey, y'all. We'll catch you next Thursday for another great stream.
Have a good Friday, everybody.
See you, everybody.
Bye, guys. It's my truth.